Hello, Chance Holloway for JFM Consulting. Thank you for watching our how-tos. This video will cover the basic of basics, functionality in Apple Desktop.
Functionality on Apple OS, or how you interact with the computer in Apple. Come in here, we look at the Macintosh hard drive. When we double-click it, I double-clicked on the icon, and it brings me up a window, and you'll notice there are three colored dots. The three colored dots denote the active window. The active window means the computer knows that this is what you're working with. And in order for things to function properly for you, it needs to know what you're trying to work with. If I open up a second window, there you have a second window. You'll notice the second window, the dots are grayed out. This is the active window. This is not the currently active window. There may be stuff going on with it in the background, but for all intents and purposes, this window is not the focus at this point. The computer doesn't know you want to work with it until you click on it. Now you have the active window, and it's got the colored dots. The computer knows this is what you're trying to work with. Also, it's denoted in the top left corner that I am now talking to the Finder. I'm working with the Finder. It is the active process is the Finder. Over to the dock, and I click on Pages, and Pages opens up. And the first thing that shows up is, what do I want to do? Well, in this case, I want to open a blank. That's the dialog. What do you want to do? What do you want to open? This. I'm opening a blank. So here's a blank. You'll notice it now says in the top left corner, Pages. This is the program that is the active program. It's the one I'm working with. Dots are colored dark. If I bring back over again, they're not grayed out. They're colored again. I'm now in Finder. Switching between programs. The computer's acknowledging we're switching between programs and which one we're working with. If you pay attention to this and you notice which one you're working with, it makes a lot more sense on how the functionality works, because the computer has to understand with you what you're trying to do. And you're telling it, I'm trying to work with Pages. Or I'm quitting out of Pages. Command Q, I just quit out of Pages. Or I'm closing a window, which is, by the way, Command W if you want to close a window. I'll be doing another video with shortcuts in the future. Now that you have the basics for the dialogue with the computer, there's ways to get around in terms of the dock, which I already did a pre-dock video, but the point in showing you the dock now is it acts as a program switcher. If I click on Finder, it's in the Finder. If I click on Pages, it opens Pages. Let me go back to a blank document. We have two things that are running. I say Finder, I'm in Finder. I say Pages, I'm in Pages. That's a program switcher. There's another version of that on the computer. Is Command Tab. When I say Command Tab, I am now in the switcher. I'm highlighting screen flow. If I let go, I go to screen flow. If I highlight Pages, and I'm using right now the trackpad, it takes me to Pages. Command Tab. And if I want to go to Finder, I let go on Finder. If I want to flip through them, all I'm doing is stabbing and releasing at the tab. Tab, 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 tab. Holding down the Command button. If I want to go backwards, I hold down Command and Shift, and I stab at tab, 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 tab. That's backwards. So this is a functionality that's kind of been a norm for a very long time. Getting around something with tab or shift tab. If I'm in a browser window, I can tab through the different steps in a browser window. If I want to go backwards, I can shift tab in a browser window, or FileMaker, or many other applications allow you to navigate using tab or shift tab to get around. It can be darn handy. Also, if I'm in here and I want to quit something, say Command Q, quit, and drop back out. The last two that are just denoting something is running is force quit. Here it's denoting these are running because I can quit them or relaunch them. Finder does a relaunch. Text edit would be a force quit. Screen flow would be a force quit. I can get out of things if they're frozen. If I have a pinwheel of death or something is frozen, force quit allows you to come in and go, get rid of this. I don't want it. Get rid of this. I don't want it. Restart this. It needs to be rebooted. There's a problem with it. But it's just a list of what is running. You can also go to Command Shift U and go into the Utilities folder, which is also Hard Drive, Applications, Utilities, same place. Command Shift U jumps you into it, and you have the Activity Monitor, which is an application that has a lot of functionality. It may be overwhelming if you're new. The basics that I'm showing you right now is that there's this list of all the processes that are running and applications that are running on the machine at this point in time. So you can see the list and see what's running, and you could quit out of things if you wanted to quit out of things. Like if I wanted to quit out of Malwarebytes, I could come up here and say, do I want to quit or do I want to force quit? Well, I'm going to cancel because I don't really want to do that at the moment. So that's an important point. You see me hit cancel, not quit, not force quit. If you are in say a Safari or another browser, and you're clicking along and a window pops up and you're really busy and you're not paying attention and you want to make it go away and you hit OK. Well, what if you just inadvertently installed a piece of software you really didn't want to install? Like it could have been something bad, sneaking its way onto your computer. You have to get into the habit of saying cancel if you're not 100% sure you want to OK something. So don't just click and go, oh, I got to get this out of the way, I'm going to hit quit. You want to hit cancel so you don't inadvertently do something you didn't mean to do. Get into that habit. It's really important. Close this window. I'm going to quit. I'm going to close this window. So that is the basics for getting around on the computer itself. Think of it as a dialogue. It's a question and answer. If you do that, you'll get around okay.
We hope you found this information helpful. Please give us a thumbs up and share with your family and friends. Also, please send us an email to the email below so we can add you to our mailing list of new videos. Chance Holloway for JFM Consulting.